When I grew up, athletics was the only thing I cared about, honestly. I lived and died to play sports. I got sick in seventh grade. My career ended when I was 13, seventh grade. Actually, what I remember most was it was right in the middle of basketball season, and I went to the doctor and they did this biopsy. And when I got the biopsy, I had to be on crutches for a week until the results of the biopsy came back. So I actually got introduced to my all-star game of my basketball, the last season of basketball I ever played, on my crutches, not really knowing it was ever going to be anything more serious than that. And it was literally the last time I've ever been on a basketball court in like any kind of competitive setting. You know, a week later, mid-January of 1987, the walls kind of basically came in on me. And I was told that I had cancer. I remember my dad, it was very odd. He's like, let's go for a ride. And he basically broke the news to me in the parking lot of my middle school that what was happening to me. And it was like probably one of the first times I've ever really seen my dad cry. So I knew it was serious business. That whole winter into spring was like kind of a bad time until I had really big surgery in May of that year to take the bone out and to kind of treat the cancer that I had. I had dozens of surgeries from 1987 till 1991. Everything else basically continued to grow while the trauma to my left leg just stopped it from growing. So I have the left leg of like a 5'10" guy, but my right leg continued to grow. And then in 10th grade, they stopped the growth in my right leg. So the difference would just cease right there. It was like a 4-inch difference or so. So I've had this elevation on my shoe my entire life. So a really good friend of mine has been doing the Decathlon, I think, since the beginning. I love the cause. I love that it was for pediatric cancer. And I went and watched them last year. And I just went to the event, and it was completely inspiring. I kind of decided right there and then, I'm doing this next year. I need to be a part of this next year. But I want to compete in every single event and finish it all. The fact that I'm even able to do this, like I do have 2 healthy legs thanks to all this great treatment I got, and I am actually able to run an 800. You know, and back years ago, people probably say, no, you're not ever going to be able to do that again. And just to raise money for a great cause. There's no greater cause for me personally than pediatric cancer. If I could talk to a 13-year-old Scooter, I'd be like, look at me now. You know, it's not just that I'm able to do something like this, but it's like, look at my family, you know, look at this beautiful woman I was able to marry, look at these kids I have. And you have this life, this unbelievable life, and you're actually gonna compete again. You're gonna be able to compete in this thing that directly benefits the thing that derailed you years ago.